What's up everybody, Kami here, and this is my review for Bleach chapter 544, Walking with Watchers. So quick summary, I don't want to be on too long, because I'm running out of batteries on my camera. So we start off pretty, actually directly where we left off, like we have been the last few chapters. We see Ishida and Juhabak is saying why he made Ishida his successor, and it was because he is a special Quincy, and what he meant by last living Quincy was that when he used that thing, to select the Quincy's, how Misaki and Katagiri died, basically he done that, and Uryu was alive then, and since he's not a pure-blooded Quincy, it should have affected him too, but it didn't. Just like it did with Katagiri and obviously Misaki, since she was attacked by that hollow. But my other question is, why wasn't Ichigo harmed? Was it because he's got so many other things on him, like Hollow, Shinigami, Fullbring, all that? I'd say it's something like that. That's why he wasn't, So that explains why Ryokan was not going to be the successor. This implies that Uryu has an immense amount of spiritual pressure. He's going to be one powerful badass in the near future. So after that, then we go to probably the most interesting part, in my opinion, of the chapter. So we see Sternritter E, Bambietta Basterbine, and she picks out a random Quincy, and she's like, "You, me, my room now," and he's like, "It's an honor." And when I first read this, I was like, "Please don't tell me this is what I think it is. I'm in college. I can't read this kind of shit in college." But I took the chance and I went to the next page. And I completely skipped any sort of sex thing, which is grand because I couldn't read that in college. And if I couldn't read that in college, I'd be very disappointed. I couldn't read Bleach until I got home because I'm in there for hours and hours and hours and hours. Anyway, yeah, basically she just it's implied that they actually did, it's implied she did bang the dude, because just the way he looked afterwards. I mean, he had no top on. She was zipping up her top and was fixing her skirt afterwards after she cut him in half. Fucking insane. Bambietta is a psychopath and I'm fucking loving that. I always thought she'd be crazy and love to kill, but this is just insane. I never expected this at all, and I'm loving her character at the moment. And then basically she's just like, whatever, just blood everywhere, and she looks like she just doesn't give a shit. And then 4 girls walk in. They're all Sternritters. Now I have it open here so I can remember their names. So we have Sternritter G, Lil Toto Lampard, who's the short one. Then we have Sternritter P, Meninas McAllen, which is one that looks a lot like Orihime. And now I'm kind of disappointed she was P, because the dude with the ice staff, I thought he was going to be the puppeteer, because I'm pretty sure that was the guy who was controlling Jadambo and all that. We also have Sternritter T, Candice Catnip, which just looks like, Rangiku and Heineko together. And then Sternritter Z, Gazelle Goel. Now she's probably the most interesting in my opinion because she's Sternritter Z. Now I don't know if Sternritter Z means she's the weakest, or these ranks actually mean nothing and only maybe the first 6, I'd say A to F, actually mean anything. Maybe A to H. No, because that would mean Sternritter G, Lil Toto Lampard would also be one of the leaders. I'd say it's A to F. But yeah, I think she might be quite interesting considering she's letter Z, and if that's not the weakest, then I'm curious to see what her powers will be. After that, they basically just argue with each other. Now they are very similar to like the Sword 5 and the Tres Bestias and all that. They're very similar to them, but I mean, with the amount of characters Kubo has, can you blame him really to have certain some of the same personalities? Yeah, it's going to happen eventually. He's not going to be able to completely make an absolutely new character every time. And they don't really look like they're going to be very important to the plot anyway, so yeah. After that, Bambietta basically tells him to shut up and blast like a fucking hole in the wall. I'm actually going to get onto her letter soon about that. And she basically tells him to shut up and look at her or something. But she's like, "I'm worried about something." They're like, "What are you worried about?" And she gets this pretty badass pose. It's like the future of the Vandenreich. I thought that was awesome. That pose, that panel in particular, was awesome. After that, we finally cut back to Orihime, and she's in some desert place. I assume it's Mundo. I'm not sure because there's some kind of pyramid temple thingy there, and she has Urahara gave her this little bat looking out. But the best way to explain it is if you've seen The Grey Man and you know the golems, basically them. Orihime and the golem, I'm just going to call it the golem because I can't remember its name, make it to this temple, and she sees Sato, and he's like, oh good, you're here, everyone else is here. And she's like, everyone else? And you see someone behind him, which is probably Grimmjow, but if you look carefully, if you look on the other side of Sato, you can actually see another leg. It's very hard. You need to go to manga stream for the good quality one for it. And you will actually see another person there. Now, yeah, easily that could just be Urahara, but I don't think so. I think it might be someone else. I think what they're going to do is they're going to introduce a few characters here, and that's why they haven't shown Grimmjow yet, even though they made it so obvious that it's him. Who could it be? No idea. Probably Gantenbein. He's the only one I can imagine. Now, I'd love it if it was another Espada, but it can't be because Yami was confirmed dead. Aroniero was confirmed dead. So was Zyle Apollo. Zamari was confirmed dead. Grimmjow, we know he's alive. Noitro was confirmed dead. Okiura was confirmed dead. Halbel is alive last time we saw her, but she can't be here because obviously Juhabak has her. Barragan was confirmed dead, and sadly Stark was also confirmed dead. I mean, how badass would it be if he showed up and battled alongside Shunsui against Colonel Sanders? That'd be awesome. And then we see Urahara, and he's looking at Kurgeopi's medallion, and he's like, this is going to take a while. And then the chapter ends. Now I assume he's going to like study it and try to reverse the effect. So this is a great chapter. I have to admit, I've had such a shitty week from losing shit, getting robbed, hurting my shoulder, you know, just a shit ton of stuff happened. But this finally just made me happy about something because I really enjoyed this chapter. Bambietta is amazing this chapter. She's definitely my favourite Quincy at the moment. It could change, but I honestly can't say it changing. She's awesome. About Uryu, I think... Oh, I forgot the Hashwald part. Basically, Hashwald returns to his room, and you see some nursemaid kind of thing. But I think she's more than that. I don't think she's just a servant. I think she's either friends with Hashwald, like good friends, or it's his wife or girlfriend, I could imagine. It would make sense for, you know, the Quincy's to actually have families, unlike... I know technically the Ironclad do have families, but it wasn't really shown very much. It was just, you know, Zyle and Edelford. But I mean, it'd be cool to actually show like a family of Quincy's, not just, you know, brothers or whatever, but like a wife or something like that, you know. I think that'd be cool if they just went on with that. But yeah, Hashwald basically explains that Juhabak basically told everyone that Uryu was the successor so they can all keep their eyes on him. And he's glad they were all kind of pissed off about it because now he realised that they're not just a bunch of idiots who follow orders. So it was his plan the whole time to make that happen, which means Basby is, you know, he copped onto it quite fast. He's basically following Juhabak's orders by doing this, which, you know, it's kind of to be expected. So people can't be getting angry at Basby for being serious about something when this is his plan the whole time. So now a lot of people get some hate on Basby because he was too similar to Grimmjow and because his personality wasn't like it should have been, which is what? Follow Juhabak's every order? No. That'd be silly if every single one of them was like that. I like how they're developing each of these Quincy now. I'm actually surprised Bambietta got such a big part because usually the character I like the most in a certain group never gets screen time until much later on. Stark, Shunsui, Hinamori, for the lieutenants. You know, all them, like, I mean, they never get a big part until near the end. But I'm glad Bambietta is getting it there. One fight I would love to is Bambietta versus Momo. Two of my favourite female characters, probably. I think that'd be a badass fight. Now, I think Bambietta would win, but it'd still be a great fight to see. Because I mean, my favourite character is Stark. Got to fight my second favourite character, Shunsui, which was awesome. And then Gin and Hitsugaya, who were both my favourite characters at the time, got to fight each other. I just love it that it happened. This is seriously a great chapter, and I'm not going to go too much into it now because I am actually going to make a new video, maybe tomorrow night or the night after, probably tomorrow night because I'm going away on the weekend, but tomorrow night, and it's going to be all about the Quincy's. So I think that's going to be cool. I'm also working on a 5-episode series, my top 100 anime characters. So I'll do 20 each episode. I'll explain why I like each one and whatnot. I've been working on that for a while now. And also, I'm working on a forum. It's almost ready. I have maybe 1 or 2 errors to fix. I'll post up a short video about it when it's ready. And I'll link you all to it. And I would love it if you joined. That's pretty much it. I'm going to give this chapter 10 out of 10 because it was just brilliant. Every character in it was brilliant this time. Well, you know, the other 4 Stenrers, they weren't amazing, but they were good. They were okay. I mean, there wasn't like, I didn't dislike them basically. Bambietta again, bad fucking ass. One of the best characters we've seen in a while. She's going to be the first pure evil female character in Bleach. Anyway, that's enough blabbing out for me. 10 out of 10. Like, comment, and subscribe. Just Greeny Kami. I'll talk to you later.